Hey, what's going on, Christian? Good hearing from you, man. Everybody hop in the chat just like Christian. Good morning to everyone. Share the live. It's KP in the morning. Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning to you. Welcome back to the show. We call this one KP in the morning. Hopefully you got some coffee just like I do, and you're ready to start your day the right way. I got some great topics to discuss as always. Big sports section. Everyone's still talking about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and so am I. I got a lot to say about it. Women's college basketball has exploded this year. Had a lot to do with last year, kind of building up to this year. We're going to get into it this morning. But yeah, guys, grab some coffee and lock in. Share the live and put this up on your big screen, all right? Free up your phone. Go ahead and put this one up on your big screen. We're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and X at the same time. All right, it's KP in the morning. It's about 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we got a whole lot to talk about. But in the meantime, let's get into some housekeeping really quick. I got a lot to advertise and let you know about. Obviously, you want to be subscribing to the channel. We did recently pass 1,000 subscribers. We're still very excited about that, guys. 1,000 subscribers. Actually, 1,020 already, to be exact. I couldn't be more thrilled about that, y'all. We're fully monetized as a page now. That was a big milestone for me. And there's no telling what this show could bring in the future. There's no stopping this show. This is the most unstoppable show on the internet. But yeah, we're live right now on YouTube. That's the main page that we're trying to push. But of course, you can also watch on Facebook. You can watch on Twitch. You can watch on Twitter, now called X. All right. We just try to make it as convenient for you guys as possible. So do us a big favor and hit that subscribe button. It's the easiest way to help out the show. And while we're talking about people who help out the show, we got to give it up for our executive producers, guys. Executive producers, Diane Hartman and Brittany Blair. If you want to be an executive producer of the show, all you got to do is go over to the membership tab on the YouTube channel and sign up. It's only $2 a month, and you get a special shout out just like you saw right there, and is scrolling around again. You'll be considered an executive producer of the show. It really, really helps out. All the money goes right to the studio. And, I mean, this stuff isn't cheap, you know. Everything goes right back to the studio. You'll be an executive producer, get special shout outs, and you get special privileges, all right, special streams even coming up. And I really want to show you that because everyone knows about the big showcase coming up on May 2nd, right? Huge showcase coming up May 2nd. Slimy Tana, C-Mac, Pauly De Niro, all going to be performing live. And I got a big perk for the members. So once again, you want to go over to the YouTube channel, go over to the membership page, and go ahead and sign up because all the members of the page are going to be able to stream this event live. The showcase on May 2nd, all my members are going to be able to stream it live, only $2 a month. And of course, you can just cancel right after the event. But I thought this was pretty exciting. We're going to be streaming the event live on YouTube, but only for the members of this channel. And that's $2 a month. Of course, you can sign up and then cancel right after the event. That's totally fine. $2 a month. And you'll be able to stream this event live. It's going to be pretty fun. C-Mac headlining, Slimy Tana headlining, Pauly De Niro, a whole lot of more people that are going to surprise you. You do not want to miss this event. It's going to be in Salisbury, Maryland at the Warehouse, May 2nd. That's a Thursday night. Make sure you mark your calendar. And I'm just letting you know, members of this channel are going to be able to stream that live, only if you can't make it in person. Obviously, you want to make it there in person. It's going to be a great, great show. But if you can't make it there in person, sign up for the membership, and you'll be an executive producer of the show, and you'll be able to stream this event live wherever you're at on May 2nd. So just another perk we're trying to give to the members. So please, please consider being a member. We already have two official executive producers, Diane Hartman and Brittany Blair. One more shout out to them. They really believe in the show. And they got a little bit of extra money to use to support, and I really, really appreciate that. So, yeah, everybody become an executive producer of the show, just like Diane Hartman and Brittany Blair. And you'll be able to stream the showcase on May 2nd live. It's going to be amazing, y'all. Do not miss this amazing opportunity. And there'll be a whole lot more membership-only streams coming up in the future. Membership-only streams coming up in the future for our executive producers. One more time, all you got to do is go over to the membership tab for more information. But yeah, we always got some amazing stuff going on at the YouTube channel. I mean, the shorts have been going crazy right now. We actually, this is another big announcement for the channel. We actually broke our record for views in 1 month. We broke our record for views in 1 month. We actually destroyed it. Our shorts are going crazy right now. Thousands of views on our shorts. So make sure you go over to the short section of the channel and just give it a nice browse. We got funny stuff, music stuff, sports stuff, a little bit of everything. You know, if you don't got time to watch an entire episode, go over to the shorts and check them out, guys, because they're going viral. And speaking of going viral, I got a post going semi-viral still on the Instagram as well. A little clip I made of Joe Rogan talking about Ocean City. Well, the view count is at 452,000. 452,000. That's this one right here. A little clip of Shane Gillis talking about Ocean City. It's going stupid viral, y'all. It's I feel like it's plausibly going to get to 1 million. It's going to take another maybe month or two, but it could be my first ever social media post to get to 1 million. So keep an eye on that. Hey, we just made it through the road to 1,000. Now we're on the road to 1 million with this post. So keep your eye on that. Hopefully we get to 1 million. I would love to get my first million. All right, I think that might be all the housekeeping I had to get into. But yeah, big May 2nd showcase. Make sure that you're there. Mark your calendar. Only $10 at the door. C-Mac, Slimy Tana, Paulie De Niro, and a whole lot more. And members only are going to be able to stream it live from your home. All right, guys, let's get right into the show. I got a whole lot to talk about. We're going to kick things off with women's college basketball. Some people are tired of hearing about it, but I still got a whole lot to say. So let's get right into it. Caitlin Clark is the absolute talk of the world right now. 12.3 million views for the LSU-Iowa game. It averaged 12.3 million viewers, making it the most watched women's college basketball game ever. That's crazy views. And, I mean, they've been struggling to get viewers on big sporting events for a while. They say the Super Bowl had been down for a few years and other things like that. Well, women's college basketball, they found a nice new exciting angle with these two girls right here. We don't have to hear what he has to say about it. All right, some more information right here. At 12.3 million viewers last night, Iowa LSU game had more viewers than any women's college basketball game ever. We already heard about that. But also, they had more views than the 2023 NBA Finals, the 2023 World Series, the 2023 Orange Bowl, the Big Ten Championship, the Cotton Bowl, the Big 12 Championship, the Pac-12 Championship, the ACC Championship, the Peach Bowl, the Thursday Night Football, every 2023 college football regular season game except for one. So, I mean, that's crazy viewers, guys. They prove that America really actually wants to watch women's basketball. And when it comes to skill like Caitlin Clark has, I mean, I could watch it all day. I'm a big Steph Curry guy. She reminds me a lot of Curry. You know, she can pull up from anywhere, hitting it from the logo. She can dribble. She can pass. She's all about skill, and that's why people like to watch her. And Angel Reese, also very, very skilled as a almost said a big man, but as a big lady, for lack of a better term, you know, basketball terms. But she has great post moves, right? Good hands. Nice passer from the post. I mean, crazy skill coming out of the college basketball right now for the ladies. And let's keep it going with the slides. Yeah, even Travis Scott was talking about it. He tweeted out, "Today might be one of the illest days in women's sports history. Let's get it." And he was talking about the Final Four. I think he was totally right. Probably one of the illest days, if not the illest day in women's sports history. And, yeah, there's been other great women basketball players. Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie. I remember all of them. There was another one named like Lisa Lobo. Someone knows what I'm talking about. But, yeah, I actually grew up during the conception of the WNBA. And I can remember when it came onto the scene because I got a female cousin, Dana, who played a lot of basketball growing up. And I remember, you know, we used to play a lot in the driveway, you know, shooting hoops. All the guys be pretending we're Kobe, we're Shaq, we're Michael Jordan. And then when the WNBA came out, finally she could pretend to be Cheryl Swoops. She could pretend to be Lisa Leslie, Diana Taurasi. You know what I mean? So it really was a big deal when the WNBA came to be. I remember when it happened. I'm kind of old. I'm 33 years old. And yeah, thinking back to the beginning of the WNBA, they really did have a big marketing push. Like Lisa Leslie was a household name back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And there definitely were some more. Cheryl Swoops. Was Tamika Catchings one of the OGs? If you remember some OG WNBA players, definitely comment in the chat. What's up? We got Daisy B in the chat. Danny Lopez. What's up, everybody? Appreciate y'all tuning in to KP in the morning. We're talking about women's college basketball right now. I mean, it's the resurgence. There's been a lot of good women's basketball players in history, but no one has had the impact that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have had. They're getting viewers, as we just saw, 12.3 million viewers for their game, way more than the NBA Finals, way more than any college football game, regular season game. I mean, they're really doing it, guys. They're making people want to watch, which is what the entertainment industry is all about. So that's why everyone's so fascinated. And I mean, she was totally dominating. I mean, what she did to Haley Van Lith is illegal in 80 countries. That's what this post is saying. Check it out. That was my favorite part about it. We all remember the Jordan shrug when he made so many threes. He just kind of shrugged and was like, I have no idea how I'm doing this. Well, Caitlin Clark has the defenders doing the opposite, the reverse Jordan shrug. And I've never seen that in my life. When the defender just puts that, I've never seen the defender just show the entire crowd, I have no answer for this girl. Let me look at that. And it's not like she really wanted to communicate that. I feel like that was just a instinct reaction. When the palms go up, it's kind of like when you grab your head. Sometimes you just can't stop it. It's just such a human reaction. And it's really funny because, like, think about it. When your palms go up like that, you're really saying, I have nothing. I have nothing for you. Leave me alone. I have no answer. You know, that's like the basic human response, showing your palms. Hilarious. But, yeah, there's a freeze frame of it. If I send you this, it means what else you want me to do. That's the exact emotion. And even Angel Reese was doing the reverse Jordan shrug. When the palms are up like that, it can only mean one thing. I got nothing for you. I have nothing. Leave me alone. That's remarkable, man. I mean, she was on fire. Angel Reese got her last year. Caitlin Clark got the best of her this year. I mean, I said it last year, but it's so true. It's the next Larry Bird versus Magic Johnson. If you don't know a lot of NBA history, the NBA really wasn't that popular until Michael Jordan. But before Michael Jordan, there was a little competition called Magic versus Bird. All right, you got Larry Bird, white guy from, well, he's from Indiana, but he played for Boston. Real blue-collar town, all right? And then you got Magic Johnson, real flashy black guy, plays for Los Angeles. Real flashy, the opposite of a blue-collar town. That is what really got the NBA to skyrocket into popularity, is that matchup. It was just too perfect of a matchup. You got an opposite guy versus a completely opposite guy, and they were going head-to-head, and they were winning championships. Boston won a bunch of championships. L.A. won a bunch of championships. And this is the female version of that. I don't know if it's going to work quite as well as Magic versus Larry, but I suspect that it's going to be the best that we've ever seen for the WNBA. If they can afford them, because that is the main topic of today. And I want you all to discuss with me. Let me know. Can the WNBA honestly afford Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark? I mean, these ladies are getting views like never before. 12.3 million views. I mean, the WNBA is watching this, and they know if we draft both of these ladies, they will play eventually, and we will get 12.3 million views. The WNBA would kill for 12.3 million views. So that's the question. Can they even afford these two girls? And there's a lot more great ladies coming right behind them, because it seems like women's college basketball is just a factory for talent right now. So this could be just the beginning. But, yeah, it looks like we're going to have the next Larry Bird versus Magic Johnson type impact, or possibly a Michael Jordan type impact if you want to just put all that on Caitlin Clark. She could just be the female Jordan, and she's getting everybody interested. Oh, yeah, and the game really had it all. Even had like a slight Deflategate moment. I don't know if anyone caught this, but there was a moment where Caitlin Clark was dribbling the ball, and something just seemed off, and she actually gave it to the official. Okay, I could hear the official. They're saying it's wet. So it's just a wet ball. But, of course, that caught my attention, man. I'm a conspiracy guy, but I think it was just a wet ball.
Caitlin dribbles it. She says, ooh, I don't want that in my hand.
I thought we might have had a Deflategate type moment. But, yeah, this game really had it all. Most viewed game in women's college basketball history. And the next game is going to be a good one, too. Friday night in Cleveland, Ohio, will be the most anticipated and most watched women's basketball Final Four game in the history of the sport. Caitlin Clark versus Paige. I don't know how to say her last name. Oh, for some reason I thought they already got through the Final Four, but now they're in the Final Four. It's only going to get better, they're saying, with this post. I've heard a lot. I don't know much about this this girl Paige, but I've heard that she is just as good, if not better, than Caitlin Clark. I got to see it to believe it. But, yeah, we got a lot more great women's college basketball coming up. And they met before in the tournament as freshmen, and we have footage of that.
Ready to watch these two young women on this.
The numbers during their freshman meetup, Caitlin Clark had 21 and Paige had 18. So, yeah, they've been balling ever since freshman year. So this is a flashback of when these two ladies met in their freshman year. Man, Caitlin been balling for a long time, even as a freshman. And for any lady athletes watching right now, this is the Caitlin Clark workout. Some full court sprints to warm up, looks like. 100 three-point attempts, 100 mid-range attempts, and 100 free throws. So all about shooting for the Caitlin Clark workout. I can definitely relate to that. Me and my brother used to train just like this, literally. If you don't know, my brother actually led the nation in three-point percentage his senior year at SU. So we know a thing or two about shooting. All right, the Palmers. Definitely him. Shout out to Greg Palmer, one of the best shooters in Eastern Shore history. Got the NCAA plaque to prove it. But yeah, I really like watching stuff like this because when it comes to basketball, it's all about repetition. It's all about habit and repetition. You know, you want to keep your elbow straight to the hoop, fingers inside the basket, accuracy. Oh, yeah, and speaking of great shooters, Sabrina Lonsku, the girl who faced Steph Curry in that three-point competition during the All-Star break, she actually gifted the entire Iowa team some new shoes.
Show our level of appreciation. I'm probably not the best person.
Hey, what's up, Skyrim Short?
I'd like to have someone come in and possibly show you our level of appreciation. Sabrina?
And speaking of Steph Curry, man, I really think this is part of his impact on the game. He showed everybody that skill rules in basketball, not athleticism. Yeah, to be a great athlete is really important in basketball. You know, Michael Jordan, 50-inch vertical. LeBron James, 50-inch vertical, jumping right over people. But ever since Steph Curry, man, the light bulb seemed to go off. You could also just learn to dribble really well and learn to put the ball in the hole from any distance. And that's just as effective as flying through the air and jumping over top of somebody. Wait, so where's the actual clip of them getting the shoes? That's what I want to show y'all. But yeah, this clip was pretty boring. Probably should have kept this one out. But yeah, she gave him some new shoes. Let's keep it moving. Oh yeah, speaking of Angel Reese, though, Angel Reese is doing fine. I'm sure everyone's looking for an Angel Reese update. She was spotted at the New Orleans Hornets game. Wait, it's the Pelicans. Man, showing my age on that one. She was spotted out at the Pelicans game. And that's Amani Bartlett. Is she the one that raps? I know one of her teammates raps. Has like an album out right now. But yeah, she's doing fine despite the loss. She actually declared for the WNBA draft. So she's going to be a very rich woman. Well, is she going to be a very rich woman? Some of the predictions are as low as $80,000 a year, which seems impossible. I mean, I could make $80,000 a year. That's insane. She definitely deserves at least $1 million, right? At least $1 million. And the question that's been posed in the title of this episode, can the WNBA afford either one? Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, both of them? Because actually, we're going to get into some of the numbers later. That's what everyone was saying, reminded them of the Iowa versus LSU game. It was just like, bring it on. That was hilarious. Just wanted to show you that. Oh, yeah, and the coach. This is what the coach, Kim Mulkey, who has become a true star during this whole women's college basketball resurgence. This is what she had to say to Caitlin Clark.
Makes everybody around her better. That's what the great ones do. Caitlin Clark's not going to beat you by herself. It's what she does to make those other teammates better that helps her score points.
Yeah, she had a lot of assists, too. I think she had like 15 assists.
I said, I sure am glad you leaving. I said, girl, you something else. Never seen anything like it.
She's a great personality, that coach for LSU. Great Southern accent. Oh, my gosh. This is what she wanted to do to Caitlin Clark right here. Everyone was talking about this dap. Thorough dap on that one. Don't want to get copywritten with that song. That's actually the number one song in America right now, so they'll definitely get me for that one. Now that's a dap. That's exactly what she wanted to do to Caitlin Clark. Get the hell out of here. See you when I see you. All right, yeah, but the question of the day is, can the WNBA afford Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese? So, guys, hop in the chat and let me know. Do you think the WNBA can honestly afford either one of these ladies? Because I looked up the numbers, and here they are right here. Who are the highest paid people in WNBA history? Number one, I've never even heard of her. Her name is Jackie Young, $252,000 a year, all right? That's the highest ever. That's $250,000, not even $1 million, which is a great money. Of course, me and you, we want that money. I'm proud of her for making that kind of money. That is something to be truly proud of. But we all know 12.3 million viewers during the LSU versus Iowa game. That deserves actually more than this. That deserves, well, Ice Cube, the owner of the Big Three Men's League, offered Caitlin Clark $5 million for 1 year. And this is the highest paid player in the history of the league. So it looks like they max out at about $250,000 a year. All time. I mean, even Diana Taurasi, who is considered the GOAT, the Michael Jordan, the LeBron James of women's sports, she made $234, almost $35,000 a year. So some big questions have to be answered for the WNBA, because the WNBA actually has never made a profit before. So I don't know if you know anything about business, but when your business doesn't make a profit, it's literally a charity. It's a glorified charity. But will they go and actually turn their first profit if they get two girls like Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark in their league? Because when they match up, they might get 12.3 million views every single time. That's enough to turn the whole league around. Just something to think about. That's a house per year. Yeah, here's a little article. Is the WNBA a profitable league? Because I find that very surprising and shocking that they have never turned a profit. Because, you know, you hear a lot of people saying, oh, my gosh, there's a gender pay gap. Why do women's athletes get paid so much less than men's? But literally, it's just a numbers thing. It's the most obvious thing in the world. So it's like, why are you trying to brainwash people when it's obvious and it can be explained very easily? But that's really not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is, can they do it? Will the WNBA actually be able to afford these women? What are their contracts going to look like? Will it be $1 million, $2 million? Maybe. It could be anywhere from $250,000 to $10 million. Where is it going to be? Let me know your best prediction in the chat. What do you think Caitlin Clark's first WNBA contract, if she signs, is going to look like? How much money? How much for Angel Reese? How much for Caitlin Clark? What's the difference going to be? If I had to guess, I think they're going to sign Caitlin Clark for a record $1 million WNBA contract. And they'll probably do Angel Reese for a good $600,000. That's my prediction. But yeah, don't be shy, guys. Let me know. Hop in that chat. What do you think the contracts are going to look like for Angel Reese next year and Caitlin Clark? Will they revive the WNBA or bring it to life for the first time, you could argue? All right, well, that was just a lot of women's college basketball. I got some more sports to talk about, though, so let's get right into it. Oh, my gosh. Shout out to my guy. Okay, this is my guy right here, and I'm explaining to you why. This guy's name is Hideki Matsuyama, all right? That's my boy right now. Because I just started my career in sports betting. I just did my first 2 sports bets last night, and I am 2 for 2, yo. 2 bombs for being 2 for 2 in my sports betting career. I even did a wild thing. I bet on my favorite team, the Wizards, who are one of the worst teams in the NBA. I did what they call betting with your heart, and I bet the Wizards would beat the Lakers. And they lost, but they covered the spread. And I am just now learning what that means. You know, I'm not a big into sports gambling or gambling of any kind. But actually, I'll pull you up exactly what I did. So here are my settled bets right here. Just did it last night. Very successful sports bettor now. All right, shout out to me, shout out to me. And this is what it was looking like. My Wizards went ahead and covered the spread. They turned my $10 into $17.69. I'll take that. And then I bet another $5 on the Suns. They had to win by 6 points. Well, they won by 21, so they crushed them. And they turned my $5 into $9.72. So I'm on top of the world right now, guys. Look out. I'm a very successful sports bettor. And I think it all went to my head, though, because after that, I just had to bet on something else last night. I mean, I was 2 for 2. I was hot. So I went ahead and I bet on something else, and it was kind of crazy. I bet on a sport that I know nothing about. I bet on a sport I know nothing about. Check this out. I bet on golf. Apparently, it's the Texas Open coming up. And because I won 2 sports bets in a row last night at about 2 a.m., I was just looking for something else to bet on. Might be developing a problem. I don't know. Stay tuned with the show for developments on that. I bet $10 on this random golfer, Hideki Matsuyama, my boy. And if he wins, he's going to turn my $10 into $230. So, guys, keep an eye on that today. I think it's like a sporting event that lasts about 3 days. And he's my boy. He's going to win it all. I got a good feeling about Hideki Matsuyama. If he wins it all, he's going to turn my $10 into $230. Going to buy some new cameras, maybe 1 new camera with that money I might be able to buy. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. And it says a little information about him because, you know, we all got to stay up on it. We got to see if I win. Hideki Matsuyama, 14th. He's ranked 14th, which is not bad. I think anyone ranked 14th in the world has a shot of winning. I think this guy could do it. It's only a problem when you start losing. Daisy is 100% right. I'm 2 for 2, all right? Even if I lose this bet right here, I still made more money. I still got more money in the account than when I started, so pretty successful. Hideki Matsuyama, Godspeed, sir. He has not golfed yet. He golfs at 2:19 p.m. That's when he tees off. Maybe I'll be able to tune in. I'm booked at 3 p.m. today, but I might book someone earlier than that. Big, busy day for me, as always. $40 per hour. Best home studio in America. Definitely look me up, check me out. Pay up front on Cash App to book and schedule. But yeah, stay tuned for that. I might win big. All right, now we're talking about Victor Wembanyama. All right, I'm a big basketball guy, as you can tell. I got no co-hosts in here, so I'm going to ramble on about basketball for as long as possible because that's what I'm passionate about. We talked a lot about Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. Well, this guy, Victor Wembanyama, he's been living up to the hype like crazy. I mean, he really lives up to the hype. He's a freakish, he's an alien of a person, and he's pretty much developing that as his nickname. And blocks this season, Victor Wembanyama, as a rookie, already has 226 blocks. If you take the last 3 defensive players of the year and combine them together, they have 252. So he has a chance of beating that as a rookie. What else do I need to say about that? That's insane. The last 3 defensive players of the year combined. And something else that's ridiculous about that is a lot of people think he's probably not going to win that award this year just because he's a rookie. So that's a lot of politics and things going on. He's obviously the best defender in the league. He completely changes the game. When he is in the middle of the floor, talk about a rim protector. He's the best ever as a rookie. And people just need to accept it. He's the best defender in the league. He's just a freak, man. More career blocks than 86.6% of all NBA players. He's a rookie who hasn't completed his first season. That is insane, y'all. That's as crazy as it gets. More career blocks than 86.6% of all players in NBA history. Look at a former MVP, I think a 2-time MVP in the Greek Freak, who used to be just the best physical specimen you could ever imagine as a center. And look at him dealing with the rookie. He was giving it a great effort. Strong move. Strong move. Because that was the big critique for Wembanyama. He's too skinny. He's going to get pushed around. Well, look at the Greek Freak, who has put on a lot of muscle. He was borderline charging him. He could have got a charging foul if Wembanyama took the flop. He's lowering the shoulder and everything. Still gets rejected by the rookie. And Victor Wembanyama, I'm sure he's in the weight room like crazy. He's putting on muscle. He's putting on weight. This is just the beginning, guys. I'm here to tell you, you're looking at the best basketball player of all time. Well, he will be. I'm just watching this over and over again because it really is that amazing. Tough defense. I already think he might be the best defender of all time. Speaking of blocks, he's already number 20 on the Spurs all-time block list as a rookie who hasn't completed his first season. And like I said, he's got this new nickname, the Alien, which fits him pretty perfectly. And that's what's going to be the name of his very first signature shoe from Nike. Wemby's Alien Nike GT Hustle 2 releases May 3rd. Let's check it out. Pretty cool. Definitely alien looking. Looks like something that a very long foot would have to wear. Pretty stylish. Got the green color. Already got his own signature shoe. He's going to be making a lot of money. Talk about living up to the hype. He's really doing it. No injuries. I don't want to jinx him, but yeah, no injuries or anything like that. And speaking of living up to the hype, guys, you got to give LeBron his flowers. He had the most pressure on him. More pressure than anybody coming into the NBA. He was supposed to be the greatest of all time, and look at that. I think MJ is the greatest of all time, but he has the most points of all time. Truly lived up to the hype. He's the oldest player in the NBA right now, and he's still a top 10 player. And that really says it all, because never, ever, ever has the oldest player in the NBA been any good, right? Just think back. I remember when Kevin Garnett was the oldest player in the league, and Kevin Garnett was my favorite growing up. And he wasn't any good. He was barely playing. I think he was he was on the Timberwolves, kind of coming off the bench. I remember when Kevin Willis, I don't know why Kevins are always the oldest player in the league, but Kevin Willis at one point was the oldest player in the league, coming off the bench, maybe 4 points a game. I remember when Robert Parrish was the oldest player in the league. And these are legends. I remember when Vince Carter was the oldest player in the league, and they weren't any good. It really is amazing what LeBron's doing. And I'm a Jordan guy, but I recognize greatness. He just became the all-time scoring leader in basketball history. And that's what this post is talking about. Because, a lot of NBA fans, they already knew that LeBron passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for NBA history. But in world history, this Brazilian basketball player had the record until now. LeBron, he's now number 1 all-time world history basketball professional scoring. And a great matchup. Speaking of Wemby, he went up against who I think is the greatest player in the world right now, the Joker. And it was one hell of a battle. I think one day, soon, Wemby will be the best player in the world. But as it stands right now, I think Nikola Jokic is the best basketball player in the world. But even him, he got bested by the rookie a lot. Check it out. Look at that. I mean, his arms are so long, he just gets right around him. And now they let Joker respond. And that's why he has more blocks than the last 2 defensive players of the year combined. And then he's everywhere on the court. He's everywhere. Gets the offensive rebound, scores again. And then Jokic pretty much has to cherry pick and do everything he can to get the best of him. That really says it all. This is what the best player in the world has to do against a rookie. I mean, his arms are too long right there, gets right around him. His legs are so long that he just covers distance. He's all over the court. He's already back on defense. Arms are so long that he gets the block, even though Joker got around him. And now he's already back, gets the offensive rebound, almost a tip dunk. And now Jokic just has to hustle as hard as he can. And he just barely got past him, too. He almost blocked him again. And he's only a rookie, guys. And he's giving the best player in the world these types of fits. And I showed you what he did to Giannis not too long ago. I'm telling you, this is the best basketball player in the world. And we're seeing it right now. Well, one day he will be. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But if you look at the numbers at the end of the game, Joker still got the best of him. That's why he's the best in the world. His team won by 5 points, and his numbers were slightly better too. But Wemby almost got a quadruple double. Look at that. 2 assists and 1 block away from a quadruple double. You don't see a lot of double-digit block games. And this guy, I think Wembanyama, that's what he's going to bring to the game. He's going to bring multiple quadruple doubles in his career. You can definitely expect that. He'll be the first guy to make the quadruple double a big thing. And everyone's talking about DJ Burns. I'm thinking about changing my DJ name to that. What do you think? It's a pretty cool DJ name. You're live in the mix with DJ Burns. But yeah, he's a 300-pound hooper, which is why he actually has been getting a lot of NFL scouts have actually been contacting him, wanting him to switch sports, which says it all. One hell of an athlete. But I'm more of a Wemby guy over a guy like this because to me, this is kind of like an offensive foul. Like, what do you think about the way he plays basketball? But now a lot of reaching on the defender right there. But man, like, is he playing football or is he playing basketball? Let's let it replay. Pretty pathetic little spin move. He really is just going into him like that. It's really more of a brute strength thing rather than a skill thing. And like I was talking about earlier, people like Steph Curry showing us that skill really is kind of more entertaining and more effective. And I don't think he's going to be able to get away with stuff like this in the NBA. And everyone keeps saying, oh my gosh, he's so skilled in the post. He's so skilled in the post. Well, he's really not doing much here for me. Like, the defender, he has the right to space too. And the defender, it looks like he's probably, 6'6", probably not going to go to the NBA. Yeah, there's a lot bigger guys in the NBA. I don't see him doing that great in the NBA. I got to be honest. Got to be totally honest. But he has a hell of a run in the tournament right now. But I'm not seeing a whole lot of skill. And I just got to be honest. Everyone keeps repeating the same thing. He's so skilled. Even Jokic said during a press conference that he's so skilled. He's so skilled. I'm not seeing it. But maybe I'm missing something. Speaking of Jokic, this really shows you how smart he is. he really is pretty brilliant because he's really good at predicting when defenders are going to foul him. And in that moment, what he does is he'll pull up and shoot a shot from anywhere because obviously if you get fouled during a shot, you go right to the line. And if it's beyond the three-point line, you get 3 shots. So someone's pointing out that Nikola Jokic's white whale is to get this called a shooting foul. Check it out. So he shoots, right? You see what he's doing? It's actually brilliant. Because if you look at the clip, they're fouling him during a shot. So why doesn't he get 3 shots? You see what I'm saying? It's pretty well executed. It's a great idea. Because the defender is intentionally fouling him, so that's not really great. Yeah, he's intentionally trying to draw a foul, but the defender is intentionally fouling. So why shouldn't the offender be able to do this? Then the defender would have to think twice about intentionally fouling somebody. I think it's a nice chess move. But yeah, it's certainly not the first time he's tried it. Right here, he knows they're going to foul him. So he pulls up for 3. It's a brilliant move, guys. You see, they grab him from behind. It's probably hard to see because the cameraman doesn't really see the defender coming up behind, but literally grabs him, so why not shoot it? He's done this plenty of times. Look at that. He sees the defender in the air, pulls up for 3. Why doesn't he get 3 shots? I agree with him. I think it should be 3. He's in the air going right to him. That should be 3 shots. It's not like he's not trying to make it. He's trying to make it. He just can't because the guy hit him. You know, I get the argument and everything, but I'd like to see this get honored. And someone pointing out, it's crazy to think that all of the top 5 players in the NBA are international players. That really is crazy to think about. I've been watching the NBA for a long time. It's never been like that. I mean, I don't think when I was growing up in the 90s, 2000s, who were some of the best international players I can remember? Detlef Schrempf from the Schrempf, however you say it, from the Supersonics. Arvydas Sabonis, and his son Sabonis on the Kings is still balling out. Peja Stojakovic, great player. But right now, I think it's not even an exaggeration that the top 5 players are international. And America used to be the basketball capital of the world. I mean, we all remember the Dream Team in 1992 where we destroyed the world. I mean, if you've never seen the Dream Team documentaries and all the coverage, it's amazing what we did to the world. We were so much better than the rest of everybody at basketball. Well, they bridged the gap in a hurry. And now the best basketball players in the world are all European. Or all international. Used to be a stereotype that Americans good at basketball. Now it's almost a stereotype that Serbians are good at basketball. People from the Eastern Bloc. Because, Dirk. Yeah. Obviously Dirk, too. Dirk was the best. Yeah. Back in the day, he was the best international. Dirk was the best international. You can say the OG, Dirk was the best. Good point. But right now, I think the 2 best players in the world are Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic. All right? And that's just insane. I never thought I would see the day that the top 2 players in the world are white Europeans, you know? Crazy. Never thought I would see the day, literally. I mean, you got Larry Bird, Dirk, when you're talking about all-time greats. Then you got to go all the way back to like Jerry West. And then you got to go way, way back. George Mikan. You know what I mean? Like, you got to go way back. Like, it hasn't looked like this in a long time. It's crazy. And then, of course, you got Joel Embiid. He actually became a U.S. citizen, but he is internationally born. And then SGA. He also, I forget where he's from, but he's international as well. Some people don't realize that. And, of course, the Greek freak, Giannis, international. And these are the best the best American. Who's the best American right now? Probably Anthony Edwards of the Timberwolves. And they got the best record in the West, so that says a lot. Yeah, best American right now, I think a lot of people would say Anthony Edwards. Who do you think the best American-born basketball player is right now? Steph Curry, LeBron James. I mean, LeBron James, he's the oldest player in the league, and he's not bad. He's still top 10. And that is one of the most impressive things in NBA history. But check it out. This is why I think Luka is the best in the world, because have you ever seen something like this? And this goes back to what I'm talking about with the skill rules all in the NBA right now. And what is basketball? It's putting a ball in a basket. No one does it better than Luka. Check this out. An underhand almost a three-pointer shot underhand.
Lone Ranger in that regard. Luka has done this to many teams this year.
What? I mean, the announcer says it all. That reaction was so genuine. What? When it comes to putting a ball in the basket, I think he's the best in the world, because it doesn't matter what situation he's in. He feels pretty comfortable getting it in the hoop. One hand, there was a finger roll from a step. Yeah, it looked like a finger roll from a step inside the three-point line. He's amazing, people. He blew that announcer's mind. Listen to him. This is that guy's mind. And then you got Jokic. This is why I think he is also in the top 2 players. He's the first player in NBA history over a 5-year span to record 8,000 points, 4,000 rebounds, and 3,000 assists. That's wild, man. He does it all. And that's why I think he should have won the MVP last year. He should have had a 3-peat in MVPs. Not a lot of people have ever done that. That kind of shows you. He's already won some championships. He's probably going to win more. I mean, Wembanyama, that rookie from the Spurs, he's going to be the greatest of all time. But I think there might be a period right before that he is considered the greatest of all time. Or the greatest of the era. Or whatever you want to say. And then Luka, he's got these kind of numbers. We've never seen numbers like this ever. Almost 34 points and 9 rebounds, almost 10 assists. Talk about value. The guy is so valuable to his team. And we were talking about the best basketball players in the world. How about the best basketball players by state? And that's what this post is about. There's a little basketball game called the McDonald's All-American Game, and that's basically where the best high school basketball players, it's an all-star game for the best high school basketball players in the country. So this is a list by state, most McDonald's All-American selections by state. So the more selections you have, the more good basketball players your state is producing. And it looks like California has the most. Not surprising, really big state, a lot of good ballers. Texas, second most. And this really caught my eye. When it comes to Maryland versus Delaware, Maryland 41, Delaware only 1. So Maryland definitely has way more ballers than Delaware, in history at least. But Delaware a little smaller. Maryland has Baltimore. I mean, Kevin Durant is a Maryland Hooper. Carmelo Anthony is a Maryland Hooper. Muggsy Bogues, a Maryland Hooper. Steve Francis. There's a lot of great Hoopers from Maryland. But, yeah, we win that battle. And look at that. These 3 states, these huge free state, 3 states, have 0. They got no ballers at all. I guess they're all playing football and farming. All right, let's move on to the music section. Rod Wave. Dude, this genre of music, just hip-hop and or whatever you want to call it, he's probably more R&B, but either way, R&B and hip-hop, it just never ceases to amaze me because this guy seems like a cool dude, nice guy. Even he gets arrested. Like, you just never see it from a different genre of music. You don't see a bunch of country people getting arrested. Don't see a bunch of pop stars getting arrested. EDM DJs getting arrested. But just over and over and over again. And even, I just didn't see it from Rod Wave. Not that he did anything too bad, but it looks like he probably had an illegal gun on him. You have all the resources in the world. You can't just get that thing registered properly and keep yourself out of trouble. It just amazes me because I really like Rod Wave's music, and I didn't see it coming from him. But all these guys just constantly getting arrested, constantly in trouble with the law. And it just really amazes me with all the resources they have available, all the money, all the people helping them out. They just can't, you can't register the gun. You can't give it to someone else. I just don't understand. I've got to keep our eye on the top 40. And this is what the top 40 is looking like right now. Man, Future and Metro Boomin destroying it. They got the number 1 and number 2 song in America like that. I think it's the most streamed song of the year, they're saying. It's really putting up huge numbers. I've been playing it on the radio on Power 101.7 a lot. It's a good song. And, of course, the Kendrick Lamar verse has been very controversial. He's calling out Drake. I guess it's a diss record. Some people are saying it's the best modern diss record in a couple years. And I don't think it's that great of a diss because it wasn't like clever lines. He's just like stating like, I don't like you. What do he say? He's going to shave off his tattoos. He says some crazy stuff. But I still think Drake's going to come back and really get him because we all remember Back to Back. And Back to Back is the greatest diss track of all time. And I was talking about that on Studio 2 this past Monday. But I'll say it again. Back to Back is the greatest diss track of all time. I don't think Kendrick Lamar really wants this smoke. When Drake's team of writers is done writing this diss track and it drops, hopefully there is one. Yeah, I'm really hoping that he comes back with a diss track because, you know, his team of writers, he's going to do a bunch of research on Kendrick and get all the clever bars, you know, trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers, stuff like that. Is that your world tour, your girls tour, stuff like that? He's going to get him. He's going to get him back. And something else that's catching a lot of people's eye in the top 40, these two songs right here, they were just number 1 and number 2, just got beat out by Metro Boomin and Future. But it's kind of like a different genre of music that's getting really popular, just like really good singers, kind of laid back, loungy music. This guy, Teddy Swims, had the number 1 song for a few days, maybe a couple weeks. And also this guy, Benson Boone. And I'm just wondering, have you guys heard these two songs? Because Teddy Swims, that Lose Control, man, it was charting very, very well. It still is, but it was number 1 for a while. Christian says, I like Delmarva East-Shore rap the best these days. That is right, man. Shout out to Christian. And speaking of East-Shore and Teddy Swims, he's actually got a few shows booked on the shore this year. And you can see it right here. You can look him up. Just type in Teddy Swims live in Dewey. And he's actually going to be at the Bottle and Cork on August 6th. So that's a really big show for Delmarva. We're talking about a number 1 hit. And he's going to be right here on the shore. So get the tickets if you like Teddy Swims. And check out his song. Because it actually is really good. I've been playing it on the radio. Oh, my gosh. We got to talk about Kanye a little bit. I got some Kanye news. And this is an angle that not a lot of people have been talking about. But real quick, it looks like Kanye is kind of losing his mind again. You know, I've been keeping track of it. I've been watching. But this story caught my eye. Ye's employee had a little story about a meltdown, an outburst from Ye. And it says, Ye's employee says he threatens them while speaking in Mario's voice. It's a me, Kanye. You think he says that? He has to, right? It's a me, Kanye. But that just sounds insane and something that he would really do. I definitely believe this story. Employee claims that Ye threatened him by saying, I'm going to punch you in the face, before abruptly changing tone, mimicking Super Mario's victory dance and saying, I'm going to give you one more chance, another life. He's wild, man. That is loopy. I feel like he really is losing it with stuff like that. And speaking of Mario, really quick, have you heard that theory that he's not saying, it's a me, Mario? He's saying the Japanese word for super, which apparently is itsumi. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but I heard that the other day. He's not saying it's a me. He's saying the Japanese word for super. He's saying Super Mario. But yeah, Kanye, he's losing his mind. He's threatening his employees in a Super Mario voice, and they're feeling a little uneasy about it. He might be off the medication. He might be on the medication, but he's catching my eye right now. told employees if they get fat that they would get fired. I mean, he got fat not too long ago. He was putting on some pounds. Ye went on a rant and then had staff members come to the meeting room and watch the Batman on mute in silence. What is that, timeout in Kanye's world? Yeah, your boss is a cartoon character, basically. Like, what is going on? Now sit in silence and watch the Batman. So the Batman, that's the latest one, right? With Robert Pattinson. And you just got to watch that black and white dark movie in silence, on mute. Talk about being on timeout. And this is another reason why I think Kanye might be kind of off the deep end, or maybe this is a factor, I guess is what I'm trying to say. This might be a factor with his recent insanity. Because I mentioned this on my show last week or this past Monday. Not a lot of people are talking about how Kanye is clearly off of Jesus. Because remember the whole Jesus is King album? And he won a gospel award. He won a major gospel award. Jesus is King album. Choir. He's running church services. And then he just turns on a dime. And now he's got a hit song, Fuck Something. She says she sucked my dick. You know, how do you go from that to that? It's like ridiculous. But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, how do you go from winning a gospel award to writing Fuck Some? And I mean, we've heard Fuck Some. We've heard, what's another? Carnival. Carnival is a filthy song. Filthy. And last year he won a gospel record. So I've been looking into the relationship of Kanye West with Jesus Christ here a little bit. And this is what I found.
At one point, Ye, we hear, and this is all you. We hear, you know, Jesus is king. We hear this, but that's all you. Then there's sometimes you just want to say, man, not fuck it, but you just want to say, man, this is what I'm feeling right now. Are you in that space where you're comfortable enough to say, this is where I am right now? I'm still a man of God. Jesus still is king, but this is vultures right now. This is where I am.
It is, but I have my issues with Jesus. There's a lot of stuff I went through that I prayed and I didn't see Jesus show up. So I had to put my experience.
And by the way, with these
world,
grills he's got on, it sounds like he's got the wires back on.
Other people, my experience with my account, my experience with my brand, and my experience with the level of music that I was dealing with in my own hands. Like a lot of times I just feel like in our society.
But yeah, that's basically it.
That I prayed and I didn't see Jesus show up.
This is vultures right now. This is where I am.
It is, but I have my issues with Jesus. There's a lot of stuff I went through that I prayed and I didn't see Jesus show up. So
I think that really says it all right there. He said, I had a lot of issues I went through, I prayed, and Jesus didn't show up. So yeah, Kanye is definitely off of the Christian bandwagon, and maybe it's maybe it's factoring into his recent psychosis. It looks like he's kind of going off the deep end. But at the same time, he's very successful right now. He had a #1 hit song for a long time with Carnival. But I'm worried about him a little bit. Hopefully he's all right and can pull out of this. But really all I'm fascinated in is, he's definitely off of it. He just won a gospel award last year. And I just can't believe not more people are talking about it like this. But he's always flip-flopping, going back and forth. Bipolar. I think that's what I've been trying to say this whole time, Daisy. Yeah, he's just kind of bipolar. He's just back and forth from one end to the next. All right, that does it for the music section. And actually, speaking of Jesus, though, man, sometimes it feels like Jesus is kind of under attack in today's world. You know what I mean? And like, I had a couple articles about that too. Yeah, this is a good article. So back to women's sports, right? There was a women's soccer player that got in hot water for some reason because she posted this video.
My name is Quinn. I had seizures in the womb. I was diagnosed with epilepsy, Ehlers-Danlos, and an intellectual disability. I started watching pornography at 12, and I witnessed my mom being beaten. That experience resulted in violent thoughts, rage, fighting, coldness, stealing, vandalism, drugs, and being in a gang. Although I got
Well, it's kind of a long
to
video,
Christian school
so I'll just
by
sum it
the
up for
age
you.
of 15,
It's just a testimonial video of someone who, church worked out for them, Christianity worked out for them. He wants to let other people know. And there was a female soccer player that tweeted it because she's a Christian too. And basically a bunch of the other soccer players bullied her into taking it down. And then she put up this big apology. For people who want to hide behind my beliefs, I would just... Oh, no. Okay, this is a response of one of the other female soccer players kind of bullying her to take it down. And then she sincerely apologizes. And to me, like, what do you have to apologize about? Like, isn't it freedom of religion and anyone can do what works for them? But look at this apology for posting a Christian video. I want to sincerely apologize for my actions on social media, liking and sharing posts that are offensive. It literally was just a post of a church. And, like, stuff like that happens a lot, I feel like, lately. And it almost feels like there are favorited religions, and now Christianity is just not one of them. It's like, why would you have to apologize for posting a testimonial video of a church? And it was just Easter, right? And there was a very controversial thing about this Easter. Joe Biden officially made March 31st, which was Easter, the Transgender Day of Visibility, which was a very interesting choice considering it was literally Easter and considering these people are extremely visible already. Like, we have no problem seeing these people. We can see them from a mile away, actually. But it is officially it's their official day of visibility, which, a lot of people want to focus on Easter and the resurrection of Christ on that day. But now there's something else to celebrate. And as you can see, a lot of Republicans slam Biden for proclaiming March 31st be the Transgender Day of Visibility. And not a lot of people want to talk about this stuff, and I feel extremely awkward talking about it too. I got to be honest. But I just feel like, why can't we talk about it? Let's talk about it. I mean, some people are one way, some people are the other. Check out this governor. Governor signs bill banning gender reassignment surgery for children. Doesn't that seem kind of obvious? Why? I mean, if you can't get a tattoo, why could you pick your gender through surgery? I mean, you can pick it if you want. Just say it. You can just pick it. But through surgery for children, that's like obvious, right? Am I missing something? That just seems too obvious that children can't have gender reassignment surgery. So that's a good call. But then at the same time, you got other governors vetoing trans bills, like the Wisconsin governor. There was a bill that was going to ban trans athletes from competing in women's sports, and he vetoed it. He thinks that's actually a bad thing. So it's just fascinating to me how there really are two schools of thought with this whole transgender thing. And if you got any thoughts on it and you're brave enough to say your true opinion, drop it in the comment section right now. Because as we were talking about in the beginning of this episode, women's sports is on the rise. Do we need transgender athletes going in there and competing with Caitlin Clark? Is that going to make things better? Is it going to make things worse? Do we need Angel Reese going up against a transgender? Would that make things better? Would that make things worse? I don't know. We're just talking about it. It's okay to discuss these things. But I would say that we're okay. If anything, make another league for transgenders. I think that's probably the move. Make a totally separate league for them. Because I don't think Caitlin Clark could really handle a bunch of transgenders. And I don't think it'd really be necessary. I think that's a different category of people. And we can just give them their own. Yeah, that's true, though. That's a good point. Because if you're going to let Caitlin Clark play with the boys, is that a boys' league or is it just a good league? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't say anything about men's in the National Basketball Association. Because you got the Women's National Basketball Association, and then you got the National Basketball Association. So I guess there really is nothing about women there. So anyone's allowed to play in the NBA. You just got to be good enough. But in the WNBA, you have to be a woman. So I guess that is the stipulation. Okay, New Mullah said, my thing is, in Ice Cube's Big Three, what will she do when her opponent's build is like Russell Westbrook? Well, that's a good point because, yeah, in the Big Three, she'd be playing with men. But here's my thing about the Big Three. The Big Three, only 3 defenders on the court. That means you can really spread out your shooters, and you have a bigger chance of being open. And also, it's half court, so you don't have to be as fast running full court, right? So I think it's actually the Big Three. If Caitlin Clark is going to play with men, she should pick the Big Three because the spacing of 3-on-3 game is better for her game, and also the half-court style of the 3-on-3 of the Big Three, sorry. The half-court style of the Big Three and the 3-on-3 nature of the Big Three plays really well into Caitlin Clark's game. Oh, yeah, and we were talking about transgenders and Christianity kind of being under attack a little bit. A lot of people didn't hear about this story. On Easter, a trans person burned down a 117-year-old church. And it was on the Transgender Day of Visibility. But this doesn't really get covered as much because you're just not supposed to know about this. We're not supposed to really feel bad about Christians as much because I don't know why. But that seems like a pretty big story, you know? 117-year-old church gets burned down on Easter. It's a pretty big story, so I just wanted to bring it to you. I'm not a bad person for reporting this. Sometimes it feels like you are because the media will brainwash you into thinking, nah, you shouldn't talk about that. But why'd they do that? Burn down a nice church like that on Easter, which is now the Transgender Day of Visibility. And if you were wondering, this is how many LGBTQ holidays there are right now. 24. There are 24. So I guess they needed one more on Easter. And I'm just reporting the facts, y'all. Oh, yeah. Speaking of Easter, guys, I had a bunch of Easter stuff left over from Studio 2, as you can tell. And I just thought this was fascinating, guys. And this is the Jesus section, I guess. But you all remember that movie, Passion of the Christ? A lot of people don't talk about that movie a lot, but that was a really fascinating movie. For a long time, it was the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time. But then it got beat out by a few pretty modern movies. But Mel Gibson warned actor Jim Caviezel that playing the character of Jesus was going to be very difficult, and I guess it really was. He dislocated his shoulder during the movie, and after the movie, he had to get 2 open heart surgeries because of the stress that his body took. And I just thought that was crazy. Because during the scene where they dropped the cross into the hole, it dislocated his shoulder, and he had to go through and still shoot the scene and everything, and it was really, really gnarly. And I just feel like people don't really talk about that movie, but it was a big movie when I was growing up. I think that's all I got for that section. That was a very interesting section. Oh, yeah, this is kind of in the same section. We'll talk about it. Brand new news. Julia Gardner, not familiar with her, but she's an actress, has just been cast for the role of Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four. So it's happened again. We're changing genders. Or maybe she's going to play the role of a man, or maybe Silver Surfer is now a lady. But either way, she'll probably do a fine job. But, they're at it again. They're changing the genders of these iconic characters. What do you think about it? And I hear that she's in Ozark. I think she's in a show called Ozark, and a lot of people love her character. They say she's ruthless, got a great character. Maybe that type of acting style will translate into the Silver Surfer. We'll see. She is going to be covered in metallic chrome, I would assume. But that's pretty big news. I'm a Marvel guy. I'll probably watch that Fantastic Four. Definitely Marvel over DC. Let's get into the random section, everybody. Let's get into something a little bit lighter, a little goofier. Thanks for tuning in to KP in the Morning. We've covered a lot of topics. Can the WNBA afford Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese? That was the main topic of the day. If you still have any opinions on that, drop it down there in the comment section. I don't think they really can. But no, I take that back. I think they will. I think they'll do what they can to sign those two ladies. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. I think they're going to get about $1 million a piece per year, but we will see. All right, just a little bit of a random section to get everybody loosened up. Man, I tell you what wakes me up in the morning sometimes, a nice stroll on the beach. That's what I like in the morning. So I found a nice video of it. Nice stroll on the beach in the morning time. Who doesn't love it? Oh, shit. Dude, did anybody see that coming? Did anybody predict that at all? And this video has been making the rounds on the internet, but that is too funny. Because we all see, yeah, he's probably going to crash or something or roll his car, but go flying out of your window, out of your passenger window. Completely ejected. What's he got, an ejector seat? And I had no idea this video was in Saudi Arabia until the guy comes out there in the full white dress, you know. But I guess it's in Saudi Arabia or something. Oh, my gosh. One more time. Dude, launched. He made out pretty good, considering. He's lucky. He's actually kind of lucky. All right, here's a great way to get your motorcycle into the back of your truck. If anybody needs any advice on that. Dude. Smacks him right in the face. He might have lost some teeth there. Thank God for Ring doorbell cams. We've gotten a lot of gold from those. Oh, man. And kind of a tragic news. There was a big earthquake, I think, in Taiwan. Look at that. That looks right out of a movie set, right? That really looks like a movie set. That's wild. It looks like you'd be walking through Universal Studios and you'd see that and be like, okay, I guess they're shooting a Marvel movie here or something. But that's apparently real in Taiwan. Scary. Praying for everybody in Taiwan. More scary news. A YouTuber was kidnapped by a Haitian gang. Did y'all hear about this? So a YouTuber was going to go interview the leader of a Haitian gang that's been very notorious in the news. Have you been hearing about Haiti lately? It's insane. There are literally cannibal gangs roaming the streets and eating bodies. I've seen reports of that. There are so many bodies in the streets of Haiti and nobody will remove them. I've seen some of the craziest headlines, and it's all because of this gang war in Haiti. And the top gang leader of the top gang, his name is General Barbecue. Literally goes by Barbecue. He's an ex-cop, right? Yeah, here's a little information on him. He's an ex-cop in Haiti, and now he's the most feared gang boss. Goes by Barbecue, and he's the most powerful man in Haiti. Well, a YouTuber thought it'd be a great idea to go interview this guy because that's good content, right? Me and you need to see that. We need to see the interview. Well, spoiler alert, he gets kidnapped, held for ransom. Big surprise, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if they were both in on it. They split the ransom. He's in the news even more now. He's kidnapped by General Barbecue. They both make great money on the ransom. I could see that happening too. I just thought of that. But yeah, this YouTuber just want to make something clear about a video that I posted hating on Haiti. I have dozens of videos talking about how this is the most beautiful country in the world. I have told my family that when things get better, I want to come back here and visit. And I spent the last 36 hours meeting with my many families here in their homes and full of gratitude. I posted that video. So I guess he's apologizing. He must have talked bad about Haiti while going to Haiti to interview the most dangerous gang boss. So they kidnap him. Forgive me for coming off frustrated. I love Haiti and its beauty. I hope that next time I come back, I can be shown around properly and show the beautiful parts and people of this country for the world to see. My love to Haiti and its people that deserve a better situation. So, hey, he's singing the right tune now after getting kidnapped by General Barbecue. Okay, let's all react to this right here. This was a wild video. I could set it up, but I feel like let's just watch and react.
This guy is pulling up to a traffic light. Ahead is a gray pickup truck.
What are we doing?
With his dog at his side, Thomas Brocuglio honks his horn, trying to get the driver in front of him to make a turn.
What are you doing?
What happens next?
We've all been there, man. Guy just won't make his right-hand turn. Give him a little honk, just trying to communicate to him.
A nasty confrontation ensues.
You're the one sitting on your phone doing other things. That's not my phone. Really? No, I wasn't. Yeah, I saw you looking down doing everything else.
Then this happened. Look again. The dogs.
I mean, that would make you so 10 out of 10 mad, man. That would be so fucked up. I mean, that is so fucked up. So the guy is sitting on his phone. He should be turning onto the intersection. So the guy just honks at him, tells him, hey, gets out of his car. Turns out he was a cop, too.
My fault. Come on.
They took photos of his hands for signs of the sucker punch. He quickly fesses up.
My fault.
Follows the guy back to his house, calls the cops. He was a cop himself, man.
This guy is pulling up to a traffic light. Ahead is
That's just crazy.
Truck.
What are we doing?
With his dog at his side, Thomas Brocuglio honks.
That's justice, though. Really glad that he got what he deserved. I was hoping the dog was going to get a bite out of him because the dog actually alerts on the punch first. That's actually one of the most fascinating parts of that video. Okay, here's a good video. Check this out, guys. This should scare you. This should really scare you. So pay attention to this one. This is terrifying. This is really going to frighten everybody watching right now. Shocking NASA/Google time-lapse shows, let me restart that. Shocking NASA/Google time-lapse footage shows the terrifying rate at which sea levels are rising. Scary stuff, guys. Check it out. Look at that. At this rate, y'all. And if you can't see what's happening right here, this is a joke, all right? I'm being sarcastic. This post is actually brilliant because it shows how easy it is to brainwash people. So this is, I mean, look at it for yourself. The levels are not rising. So what the hell? And that's always been my thing with global warming. If global warming is real, then how come all the beachfront properties are still really expensive? Shouldn't they be really cheap because they're not going to be here for much longer? Ever since 1984, this sea level has seemed about the same. And it's funny because I bet a lot of people didn't realize that this post was being sarcastic and probably just got scared anyway. They're like, oh my gosh, yeah, look at the sea levels, look. Oh, but they're not rising. This really is NASA/Google time-lapse footage, but it does not show the terrifying rate at which sea levels are rising. It's pretty much staying the same. Right Wing Kev on today's episode of KP in the Morning. Because, I mean, it's a good point. Somebody has to explain to me, if global warming is real, then how come beachfront properties in Ocean City, Maryland for my entire lifetime have been getting more expensive? Simple things like that really kind of say it all. Money doesn't really lie in this world. And we'll know that global warming is a real problem when those beachfront properties start going down in price. Because who would want a house on the edge of the end of the world? Just doesn't make sense, y'all. Think about it. The real estate agents will know first when global warming becomes a big problem. Oh, this was a fun story and just kind of weird. It was fun for me because it was just kind of weird. After an outcry from local businesses, the town of Berlin decided to not allow Stephen Decatur High School to host their prom downtown outside. Tune into WBLC tonight to find out why some small businesses were against the idea, but why town officials felt it could have been a great opportunity. That's weird, right? They were going to have prom outside downtown, and then the town basically vetoed it and said, nah, keep that shit in your auditorium like we used to do. What do you think about that? Because Salisbury's got a good downtown. I can imagine a downtown prom. Are they dancing in the street? Like, because prom is a dance. It's not like where you go from bar. It's like that sounds like a bar hopping event, right? Something downtown, outside. You go from business to business. Seemed like a weird idea in the first place to have your prom outside. But it got voted down by the townspeople. Let's see some of the comments. I'm very curious what the problem is for the venue that it's been at every year forever. Personally, I know downtown Berlin could never be contained for 600 plus high schoolers. What, were they just going to have their prom on the streets? Whose idea was that? Yeah, weird idea, but got voted down. Hey, they're trying to do something a little bit different. Oh, man, I showed you the power of elephants last week on KP in the morning. And we got another video, another elephant video, because you know how the algorithm works. Once you like one elephant video, it shows you a million. Yeah. Oi, 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 oi is right. Funny noises. Damn, aggressive elephant. Elephants are mean. You remember the video from last week? I showed a video of an elephant taking a truck and just throwing it around like a toy. The noises are so funny. But she's okay, though, so it's all right. Damn, get away from my leaves. These are my leaves. I see you eyeing my leaves. Man, that was a direct hit. She was flying. Stay away from his dinner, man. Okay, Conspiracy Corner video of the morning. Conspiracy Corner video of the morning. Check out these birds during this original footage of the bridge collapse. Why do the birds disappear? Turn that down. But yeah, got some birds coming through they just kind of disappear. Saw this video this week. What's going on with that? Did that really happen? Looks like someone took a video of their TV. That'd be kind of hard to edit, right? Maybe not. Maybe it'd be easier to edit. I don't know too much about video editing. I'm learning, though. But yeah, explain that. Got some birds seem to disappear in the day sky. I don't know what to think of it, but I'll show it because no one else is going to report these things on the news except for KP. This is something I might try and actually put on video. I might go down to the parking garage downtown Salisbury and actually give this a shot. I think I can do it. I'm being serious. I think I can do this. I've been seeing a lot of people trying it, going viral. Hey, anything for the clicks, anything for the views. I think I'm going to go downtown and try this.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we got a great parking garage. I think we got some streetlights next to it.
Oh, my God.
Coming soon, you'll see a video of me doing this. I'll have Jano down there videotaping.
Oh, my God.
It looks easy, right? Anyone could do that. You just got to hit the pole and grab on real quick. Grab on for dear life. That's all you got to do. This is the last thing I had. It's really not that great. I shouldn't have saved it for last. A study suggests that everyone in Japan will have the same last name by 2531. What are you trying to say there? Are y'all incestual? That's kind of weird, right? I don't know, but that's wild. Not with my 33-year-old knees. No, I could do it. I could do it. They're holding up good, and I think I could really pull that off. Talk about viral. That might be my first million view video if I do that. I'm thinking about it. Hey, guys, that's pretty much going to do it for KP in the morning. Hey, let's see if Jano is live on TikTok. Really appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate Daisy coming in last week and always tuning in. She got a new music video dropping very soon. Daisy B, easy to find, guys. Daisy B, go search her up, look her up. You got to find the new music video. Looks like Jano is not live right now. That would have been cool to tune in on his live, maybe get in there a little bit. But he's not there, so I think we're pretty much going to sign off. Guys, this has been KP in the morning. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for me. That's the easiest way to help out the podcast. We just went over 1,000 subscribers. I am still so excited about that. Thank you so much, truly from the bottom of my heart. Big things are coming in the future of this podcast. Shout out to the executive producers of the show. If you want to be an executive producer, just like Diane and Brittany, all you got to do is sign up and become a member. All right, so go over to the YouTube channel, click the member section, and you'll see there's a bunch of perks. You'll be considered a executive producer like you just saw. So right over here, the membership section, and a brand new perk for members, the showcase on May 2nd. You will be able to stream it live on the YouTube channel, and it's only $2 a month. And, of course, you can just cancel right after the live event if all you want is the live event. But all members of this channel are going to be able to tune in live for the May 2nd showcase. Obviously, you want to be there in person, but if you can't make it, sign up, become a member, become an executive producer of the show, and you'll be able to stream it wherever you are live. I'll have a couple good angles. C-Mac, Slimy Tana, Paulie De Niro, live in concert. Big perks coming for members. Make sure you become a member. Consider it. Go over to the membership tab and click it and check it out. You'll be an executive producer, which will give you a special shout-out every week. All right? Shout out to Diane Hartman and Brittany Blair. They're the first executive producers in Studio 2 history. Oh, yeah, and there's another membership section that I just started, too. I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the episode. So, yeah, there are crazy perks for members right now. Crazy perks for members. You can either become... Okay, so another way to do it. You can either click the membership section, or you can just click join. That's probably easier. So literally right next to the logo, click join. You see my cursor? You click join.
All right, Mom tries VR for the first time.
Oh, wow. It gives you a little... Nice. It gives you a classic clip when you click join too. Give you, for instance, of what you're signing up for. Yeah, you're getting great footage like that. Mom destroys microwave with VR headset. But you can either become an executive producer for $2 a month, or you can become a line jumper. If you're a guy who has a lot of good music, you're tired of waiting in line every Monday night, you can become a line jumper for $10 a month, and you'll get one free line skip every single episode. All right, that goes out to all the musicians. You want one free line skip, you'll be guaranteed to get a free review every episode if you become a line jumper for $10 a month. Or just become an executive producer for $2 a month, and you'll actually be able to stream special broadcasts live for members only, like the May 2nd showcase with headliners C-Mac, Slimy Tana, and Paulie De Niro. And it's all because we got past 1,000 subscribers. This channel is about to really upgrade. All right, we've unlocked all the possibilities on the channel now that we've had 1,000 subscribers. The road has been realized. And we're about to really have a whole lot of members-only content. Only $2 a month, guys. Tons of members-only content coming up, and including the May 2nd showcase. All right, I think that's all I got for you today. This studio is brought to you by my other studio. I got a full day today on the schedule. I'm very blessed to be able to do what I do. I got a few openings tomorrow, but hit me up. You got to schedule ahead. I'm very, very busy, and you got to pay up front on Cash App to schedule as well. Only $40 per hour. I've been doing it for over 10 years. And if you're not in the area, only $50 per song. Send me the stems, and I'll mix your song. $50 per song, world-class quality. And I'm also on your favorite radio station every weekday at 5 p.m. Make sure you tune in tonight at 5 p.m. And I'm with my brother, DJ Cash. We call it the old school versus new school mix. And check me out live. I'm a very lit club DJ. I'll be at Warehouse this Saturday for college night. It really is going to be insane. Crazy college party. It'll be the first time the college is back from spring break. So they'll be pent up, ready to go. Make sure you're there. You know, come out, have a drink with me. And also, I got a new single out with Trap Beckham. It's called On Go. So go search DJ KP On Go featuring Trap Beckham. That's Mr. Birthday Bitch himself. And I also got another new single. It's called Party Right. Oh, yeah, and shout out to my co-host today, my cat Erica. Shout out to the co-host. She really hasn't said much. She seems pretty comfortable, though. I will give her that. Doesn't seem very nervous. But yeah, shout out to my new single, Party Right. If you're going to party right this summer, you got to go find my new single. It's going to help you out. It's going to be your party anthem. You got to get those drinks up high and salute to summertime. All right. Party Right by DJ KP.
Drinks up in the sky. I want to start this party right. I want to start this party. I want to start this party right. Drinks up in the sky. I want to start.
Hey, it's a hit. It's a hit. I think that's all I have to say to you good people. We got a big episode coming up this Monday. It's going to be the Foreshore Movement Takeover. You don't want to miss it. Whole lot of excitement coming up on Studio 2 with DJ KP. I love y'all, and I'll see you next time.
AKP, this is crazy.
Studio 2 with DJ KP.